First, building on her core trunk strength and hip-driven torque, tying that into ground reaction and linking up with the lower body is critical. In her game, she already generates impressive torque through her hips and torso, but maximizing that energy transfer means optimizing how her legs, feet, and hips engage just before she loads the shot and just after she finishes the shot. In practical terms, that means refining her foot plant timing, single leg support stiffness, and rapid unloading mechanics so that the energy that was built through the trunk doesn't linger, but is immediately delivered into the racket and then the recovery. On the tennis court, it shows up as a sharper transition from stance to stroke to movement again. Given her heavy topspin forehand and the kind of leg drive she uses, the next step is ensuring the kinetic chain from the ground up is as efficient as the torso link. According to the analysis, her forehand is extremely strong, partly because of her grip and huge wrist strength, but also because she pushes hard with her legs when she plays her shot. So reinforcing that ground link will help her accelerate and decelerate even more efficiently. Second, integrating reactive and directional change capacity becomes vital. She is great at generating power in more linear or semi-open situations, but tennis often demands very sudden shifts in direction, shorter balls, drop shots, angled slices, and recovery off the baseline. The anti-rotational strength she has, core resisting unwanted rotation, is a huge plus because it stabilizes the trunk when the legs suddenly move laterally or rotationally. What I'd suggest is layering in drills and conditioning work that emphasize multi-vector deceleration. Side to side, backward to forward, forward to back, diagonal, and re-accelerating into a shot. That means her trunk and hip leg system must not only rotate and stabilize, but also recover and relaunch. By honing that, she improves not only her ability to set up powerful strokes, but also her ability to defend aggressively and transition to offense. According to a tennis fitness resource, lateral movement on the court, applying strength laterally, is critical for tennis because it mimics the side-to-side movement on the court. In her context, the ability to change direction quickly, decelerate, then fire into the next shot will complement her spin-heavy baseline game. I'd emphasize mobility and elastic energy storage around key joints, hips, ankles, thoracic spine, and especially linking that into the torsional system. In other words, the strength is there, the rotation is there, but perhaps the elastic recoil and fluidity could be optimized further. For example, she uses that Western-type forehand grip, which demands a lot of wrist strength plus range. That means everything upstream, forearm, wrist, shoulder, thoracic spine, core, must work together and move freely. If she has rigid joints, the trunk torque might not fully translate or might force compensation elsewhere, shoulder, elbow. By maintaining high mobility in the hips and thoracic spine, allowing preloading of rotation, and ankle-foot flexibility, allowing efficient ground contact and rebound, she ensures her powerful strokes are as fluid and sustainable as possible. Pairing that with elastic reactive training, e.g. spring-loaded footwork, plyometrics, reactive hops, strengthens the neuromuscular links between ground, leg, hip, torso, and racket. Fourth, from a technical, tactical standpoint, her game is built on heavy topspin, excellent baseline positioning, and the ability to dominate from behind. But to push further, she might benefit from variability in shot production and movement patterns. With the physical foundation enhanced as above, she gains more freedom to expand her arsenal, sharper changes in direction, quicker advance to net, more variety in pace and drop shots, more ability to pivot midpoint and hit off the bounce. For example, if she is physically ready to decelerate, shift laterally, and recover quickly, she could incorporate more angled forehands, more sudden direction changes off her backhand, and more aggressive moves to the net. The benefit of her trunk hip strength is not just in pure power, but in enabling control of her body while she executes these varied patterns. According to One Piece, her footwork is exceptional, best mover in the women's game, and small, consistent steps create the space around the ball. So by deepening her physical capacity, she opens more tactical options. Agility moves her foot speed, her ability to change direction and react, beyond just chasing balls. In her case, her movement and footwork are already lauded. Her little adjustment steps and low center of gravity posture allow her to arrive at the ball in a strong position. That means her agility training supports her readiness to hit shots from many positions. But what more can agility training give her? Firstly, it enhances anticipation and reaction speed. On any given rally, the next ball may come at a new angle, at a different depth, with more spin. Agility drills that emphasize random change of direction or reactive cues prepare her nervous system to respond more quickly, helping her not just move faster, but move more appropriately. Studies in female tennis players show that reactive agility training significantly improves change of direction metrics. Secondly, agility training deepens positional dominance. It's not enough to simply reach the ball. She needs to reach it in the optimal stance, ready to execute with power, control, and variety. Her mobility, balance, and ability to recover quickly determine whether she's hitting from an ideal position or a defensive scramble. Agility sessions that emphasize multi-directional footwork, forward, backward, lateral, diagonal, train the body to manage those transitions with minimal loss of stability. According to a breakdown of her movement, her explosive footwork and lateral agility set her apart. Thirdly, agility supports endurance and efficient movement economy. Tennis is full of bursts, stops, small steps, recovery steps, and large sprints. Having agile footwork ensures that these movements cost less energy, so she can sustain high quality over long matches. Fewer wasted steps, fewer balance corrections, fewer inefficient movement patterns mean less fatigue setting in. In short, agility training helps her conserve energy for the key moments. It deepens her tactical flexibility. When her feet and body can respond quickly, she has more options. To redirect the ball, to change directions suddenly, to advance to the net, to adjust when forced off balance. That means she's not only defending better, but also converting defense into offense more smoothly. Her ability to shuffle, recover, and then launch a counterattack becomes sharper when the footwork system is highly tuned.